Hello Libra, welcome to your abundance reading for April 2025, and it's going to be very general, so take the bits that resonate and just leave the other bits. Okay, let's welcome in the high frequency archangels, ascended masters, light beings, spirit guides, and of course our higher selves to assist with this reading. Okay Libra, let's see what's going to jump out of the center here. Well, we didn't have a jump, but we had a flip, and things may be flipping all over the place for you at the moment, or maybe there's a sudden change that's happening for you. This is the center of your reading. Let's see what this, put this into some context. It can be to do with an insight or a realization, okay? Or it can be like an external event as well, something external to you that's, maybe it's brought you down to earth, or it's, I guess, injected a bit of realism or a bit of realistic kind of energy in there. You know, maybe if you've been trying to do maybe too much, maybe you've been overworking, possibly Libra, and maybe something's happened where you are now kind of, in a way, sort of forced to pull back on. Maybe if you've been, you know, working too hard here, possibly, if that resonates. Not necessarily, though. Right, so in the energy, actually, I'm just going to take a quick overall glance first. Okay, Libra, so in your first house, you have the Queen of Swords here. And the way the reading is laid out, she's actually looking at this Tower energy here. So I feel like in your first house of, you know, your identity and your sense of self, and also your appearance and your body and that type of thing, I feel that if this has been sort of sudden and maybe it's been a little unsettling for you, I think the Queen of Swords energy here is to sort of just let you know, this could be you here, Libra, just reassuring you that, you know, if you continue to act, you know, with compassion and making, you know, logical decisions, blending heart and mind and really trying to keep those things in balance, that this is going to sort of help with the, maybe if you're healing from this, or you are processing it or recovering from it or something like that. It's about, you know, remembering to align with your heart, making decisions moving forward as much as you can, okay? This also talks about intellectual prowess, so whatever this is, if it's been a bit confusing, okay, it's reminding you, Libra, that you have the skills, the intellect to deal with this. You have the mind power, okay, to navigate through this, whatever that is for you. And also this is for you to help to see yourself as, and maybe in the month of April you will be maybe stepping into this energy of being able to really use your mind in a very powerful way, and an intelligent and you know, clever way, but also being able to activate that feminine aspect of you in terms of you're able to be caring and compassionate towards yourself, okay, primarily, okay. This is in your first house of self, so this could be about you, you know, taking care of yourself and making the decisions that are in alignment with your self-care, okay. In your second house, we have the Page of Swords. Second house is about your work ethic and the daily things that you do. So there could be something that you're getting curious about here. And this is it's kind of like a fresh energy. So maybe you are changing jobs, okay, if that resonates. And in your third house, you have communication. This is the house of communication. So I think you're going to be coming across another energy that is resonant with you, and this could be to do with you know, something to do with technology or communication, or even socially. This could be a really supportive energy for you as well, this other person, or it could be about you activating your you know, literally having more conversations, like your feminine and masculine aspects, even having conversations and kind of with the higher self. Maybe you're going to be communicating with your higher self, okay, and yeah, getting some insight from that as well, whatever resonates there for you, okay, Libra. In your fourth house, we have the King of Swords. Yeah, so this is the house of, you know, the feminine, the home environment. So maybe this is, the King of Swords is calling you to sort of act in alignment here, or with your personal truth, okay? Do what's true for you, do what's necessary. Basically, slice away the things that are no longer serving, or release those things that aren't serving. And to, really pay attention to, sorry, there's a bug there. Really pay attention to what rings true for you, okay? Especially on the home front. You might need to be doing some evaluation, some analysis of what's working and what's not working. Okay, you might need to also create some boundaries for yourself so that you can do what it is that you need to do here, Libra. In your 5th house of creativity and confidence and expression, this could be you kind of preparing or thinking about stepping out into something new. And I mean, if the Tower for you has been about releasing something, or maybe letting go, maybe it's a job or something like that, this could be about you sort of pondering the next direction. I feel like it's perhaps going to be spiritual for you, and it could be, creative too, being wands, okay, creative and spiritual. Interesting thing is in your 6th house there, this is the house of, your purposefulness and mission. This could potentially provide you with some income here by the look. But it's also going to be a nice balance for you in terms of work-life balance. So if you're interested in the area of health, being of service, maybe, caring for others, or, in that type of kind of area or field of work, then this could be a source of income, could be a potential source of income for you. So health and well-being, which is so broad, it could include a whole lot of things there. Or just being of service, so maybe being an employee or running a business or something that you are providing a service or even a product to people that that they are looking for here. And in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships, you have the 8 of Pentacles. This can also be about contracts. So maybe you will be kind of going into business with someone, or, starting some work here. And maybe you're going to be doing like a work contract, or you're looking at that, or you're working towards being able to have the skills and the talents to be able to step into a work contract. And here you are, or maybe a particular job, and this is maybe you reaching that milestone. Maybe you're embarking on a course of study here, and this is you in your 8th house, which is about joint ventures, assets, but also intimacy. And sometimes it can just mean up leveling, okay, leveling up. So we're kind of in the 7th house, we're kind of activating and working with others, and then it's an even a more in-depth way of working, and perhaps looking more at what goes on behind the scenes, and so this is like a milestone or something you're going to reach in that area, with regard to work or career is what that's looking like there, or business, okay, work, career, or business. In your 9th house of higher education, we have the 3 of Cups. So this is looking like a holiday. To me, it's looking like you are going to maybe be traveling, going on a holiday, or maybe with regard to higher education, maybe you're embarking on another form of education, or you're finishing a study course, and this is your celebration here of reaching that milestone. But yeah, it could even be a holiday or both, okay. In your 10th house, great energy, we have the Magician here. So this is about your reputation, your career. And I think you are going to be, if you are rebuilding your career and your job role and your whole approach to whatever it is, your basic philosophy on life, and what it is that you are doing for your personal mission, if this has been a change of that, I feel like in your 10th house, you're going to be building a reputation here of being resourceful, having a lot of expertise in this area. Even though sometimes the Magician is not necessarily that it's been manifested, but I feel like it soon would be, because you have a lot of these, you have a lot of work dedication here. You've got good work-life balance. You've reached your milestones and you're incorporating joy. So there's a lot of happiness and a lot of positive energy moving towards this Magician. And I feel like, you know, it's going to be positive for you moving forward here. In your 11th house of perhaps, you know, like social awareness, humanitarianism, friends and groups. Yeah, 7 of Cups. I feel like there's going to be a lot more options open to you as a result of you embarking on this. I feel like it's a new path here for you, Libra. But there's going to be a whole lot of options open to you, which could, you know, potentially, maybe, you know, maybe 1 or 2 of them are sort of distractions. But I feel like this is just a real positive energy for you. You're going to be like going, wow, okay. So now there's all these options open. And here we have you in the 12th house. Beautiful spiritual awakening here. And the 12th house is about spirituality and looking at your beliefs and, you know, just also looking at what's hidden and also having time to self, okay? So I feel like at the moment you are, I feel like maybe because of this Tower, there's been an awakening or an insight for you here. Which could have been accompanied by something external that's happened or something in the material world, obviously. But it's almost looking like you're kind of going to be jumping onto a new path in the month of April, or you're going to discover what that is, okay? And I think it's going to feel like that this is an awakening. Like you're going to feel like you're on the right path, and that even though it hasn't fully manifested in the month of April, you will be definitely on the way to beginning to do that, and it will feel like it's going to be an awakening, because this Judgment is always that energy of coming into a realization of the higher self, what your soul mission is. But sometimes there are things that need to be sort of done first, or things that need to be worked through, processed, or released. Okay, this is a moving up in elevation, but with the Magician and with the 4 of Wands here, you're definitely leveling up here, Libra, okay? You're leveling up in, you know, in whatever way you feel is resonant. Let's grab a clarification card for the Tower here. Just to grab another supporting energy, or we can sort of see what this is. Okay. 5 of Cups. Yeah, so this could have been something emotional. Maybe it's to do with it could be to do with your spirituality, creativity, intuition. You know, I mean, maybe it was a spiritual path that you were on that you realized that it was no longer resonant, or something like that. Or maybe this was, you know, like a relationship with a group of people or a person or a friend or something, and something happened and it was no longer resonant, okay? Or it could have been maybe in your work, maybe you give of yourself a lot emotionally in your work, and so maybe something happened at work and you kind of realised that this was not for you. Let's grab another one. Yeah, 10 of Swords. So something did come to an end, but there is sun rising here, and you are reaching for this broom here, and you're going to be embarking on a new magical journey here, Libra, okay? Sometimes when these things happen and we need to let go of them, they happen for a reason. And as you know, we've all volunteered to be here at this time and to go through all of the experiences that we are experiencing, okay? We've chosen to do that. A good thing to keep in mind for you, Libra, is that you are an air sign, and you have the masculine and feminine aspects of the mastery of the air suit. So you are very masterful in, mind-wise, using your intellect, creativity, communication, talking with others, and I think you're really looking now to really align with your personal truth as well. So those 2 energies in there together are really awesome. You also have the Page of Swords, okay? So you are curious, and I think you're coming into contact with your higher self. So it's going to feel perhaps even more spiritual as you move forward and up level. Higher self here, higher self, okay? So you might be meditating more, you might be just out in nature more, feeling into the energies that are around, and maybe you're journaling when you meditate. Maybe you might like to jot down some notes. you know, and you might be sort of sensing into spirit guides, your ascended, and maybe you're looking into researching certain ascended masters that resonate with you, okay? Which is usually, that's quite a fascinating topic too. But, you know, coming into greater soul awareness here for you. And I mean, you could even be looking into your past lives and things like that as well. The awakening there in your 12th house is pretty awesome. That's very much in alignment with what the 12th house is about, you know. We're grabbing an oracle card now from the Keepers of Light. Wow, bang on. Libra, this is transcendence. Okay, I feel like you are transcending, and you have the mental acuity and the mindfulness to do this, okay? And also the spiritual connection to do this. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. This is really awesome. I almost feel like reading from the book with this one. Let's do that. We can always do with a little bit of input when we've been through a tower moment. I'll just pause for a second, I'll find it. Okay, so here we go. Shiva is one of India's trinity of male god figures. He is depicted wearing a cobra around his neck, representing his capacity to tame fear or the ego. Surrounded by stars, showing his connection to the cosmos, and holding a trident, acknowledging the three aspects of divine masculine power in India, which are creator, preserver, and destroyer. He is known as the Destroyer because of his warrior-like energy and ability to destroy fear. He is a facet of the Divine Father energy and offers paternal protection, support, and guidance. He is also acknowledged as the Cosmic Dancer because he helps coordinate the interaction between Earth and the cosmos. He has the capacity to help us move beyond the fear of failure and into clarity and connection. So this could be an energy that you might like to call on here, Libra. Okay, let's read the extended message quickly. Lord Shiva is with you right now to awaken your sense of connection to life itself. You are moving through a deep transition, and things will be clearer from this point. You will know exactly what you need to do and where you need to be. This is a powerful time as you will transcend the limitations that others have set for you. It is a time of innovation, ideas, stargazing, soul traveling, and soul revealing. Shiva, the Lord of Dance, is here with his sacred sound of Om to lead the way. And Om is a really beautiful sound to maybe start and end your meditations with as well. So I hope that's been helpful, Libra. I feel like you are definitely leveling up, raising frequency, and yeah, doing all that soul work which we've just mentioned, which is Shiva could definitely help you with. I hope that's been helpful. Look forward to our next one. In the meantime, have a great day, fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon.